is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
Welcome back, guys. We're going to call this Season 2 of the EduKate podcast. Today it is me, Kate and Jess.
Hello.
Lizzie will be joining us from here on in, but she just isn't here today. So we thought we'd do a bit of pop culture warm-up for the next season with just the two of us. And I'm loving this because I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, well, maybe this is the reason Lizzie's not here, because we're not doing Taylor Swift. We're doing her very good friend, Sabrina Carpenter,
Yes.
who has just dropped a brand new album. That album has sort of led to a little bit of chat around who the songs might be about. There's a little bit of a love triangle going on, so we thought we'd break it down today. First of all, have you listened to Sabrina's new album? It is called Short and Sweet. Have you heard that at all?
I did listen to some of it in the car with my 10-year-old daughter, who is a big fan of Sabrina. Of course, we only realised who Sabrina Carpenter was thanks to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have to say, I did have to say to my daughter, Mummy might just have to listen to this album on her own, because we were just listening to it in the car. May likes to read the lyrics as well.
Oh, I wouldn't be doing that with this album.
No, and that's what I mean. So I've probably only listened to about half of it because I realised that perhaps it wasn't age appropriate. But now that you're going to explain a few things to me, it might even be less so.
Can I say it certainly isn't age appropriate for a 10-year-old? And I did see a great post on Twitter, and someone said, parents of 7 and 8-year-old Sabrina fans, you are fighting for your lives out there, because no doubt your kid wants to listen.
Of course.
Oh, there's a lot of lines in there that you probably don't want to have to explain to a young child. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's actually quite good. I think this is her third or fourth studio album, which means that she's sort of grown up a little bit. A lot of the fans have grown up with her. She's got a lot of new listeners, which is fantastic. But if you are a younger listener, this one might not be for you.
So explain this love triangle.
Okay.
And who does it involve?
So,
and why haven't I heard about it before now?
I know. Well, we've been too focused on Taylor Swift. Now we need to expand. And there's lots going on with other artists, believe it or not.
Because the only thing I really knew about Sabrina is that she was dating the guy from Saltburn.
That's right.
And are they still dating?
Still dating. Confirmed that, because she has released a new video clip. I think Bratz might have made a doll from the video clip, and he has commented on and said, where can I get one of these?
Okay.
So there were kind of questions earlier last week about whether they were still together or not. Confirmed they are still together. Barry, his name is.
Yes.
Okay, this is a love triangle between Sabrina Carpenter, Shawn Mendes, of all people, and Camila Cabello, who is Shawn Mendes' ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
All right, let me take you through the timelines. So Camila and Shawn dated for about 2 years. They ended up breaking up in 2021.
Okay.
2 years.
COVID.
Well, it happened to everyone, didn't it? It got them. Actually, in COVID, there would always be paparazzi pictures of them.
Oh, really?
And they would go for a walk around the block, and they'd always be carrying a mug with them. Just something that psychopaths do.
Okay.
You don't go for a walk on the street with a mug. Get a takeaway cup.
And was it a cup of tea or was it a Chardonnay?
Hard to say. Hard to say. You never know what is in there. Okay, so they broke up in 2021. We then see Sabrina Carpenter and Shawn Mendes pictured together for the first time in February 2023, having dinner together in LA. So blogs are going off, Instagram pages are getting tips. Dumois is in on it. We've seen them citing the first official sightings. They then, the following month, so this is, little bit of time passes.
Who's this?
This is Shawn Mendes.
Yes.
And Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay.
They're then spotted leaving a release party for Miley Cyrus's Endless Summer Vacation. That was her album, fueling further speculation they're dating. They then attend the Vanity Fair Oscars party separately, but a source told Entertainment Tonight that they were a thing. And fans also speculated that Shawn had been wearing an emerald necklace in honour of Carpenter's May birthstone.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of rumours flying around that they're dating.
Yeah.
However, days after they've attended that party and sort of have been seen together, Shawn has denied that they're anything more than friends, and he said, we are not dating. He's told a Dutch TV program that. So gone on the record and said, no, we're not dating.
Okay. When he's been asked outright.
He's been asked outright, exactly. Okay. And then 1 month later, we see Shawn Mendes. He's in Coachella. Who pops up at Coachella? but Camila Cabello, his ex, we see them making out at Coachella. It's back on. All the fans are very excited, and they've rekindled their romance, basically. So that's in June 2023.
2 years down the track.
Exactly. So, long lost lovers reunited. We love a story like that. It's always nice. And so someone had said, their rekindled romance lasted until June 2023. So just a couple of months. And then it said Camila was the one who ended it. Shawn's upset. Okay, so we don't think too much more on that, really. Okay. They've broken up again, that's fine.
And that's 12 months ago now.
Yeah, old news. Until Sabrina drops Short and Sweet. Now, can I say the first thing about this album, apart from her being short and sweet, there's a few sort of meanings. She also said in an interview, I think with Zane Lowe, that it's called Short and Sweet because she had some of her shortest ever relationships, but they've had the most impact on her. So we're seeing pretty much like a Matty Healy Tortured Poets department where he gets a whole album written about him over like a few month relationships.
Yeah.
Fans are saying that is what has happened here with Sabrina, because there's a few songs on there that we can probably guess are about new boyfriend Barry, but if you listen to a lot of them, they are about a bit of a love triangle, something that's ended, something that she thought would last a little bit longer, which makes for great songs. Can I just say, I have listened to this album back to front for the past 4 days straight. Yeah. Anytime I'm in the car, it is so good. It's 32 minutes, very easy to listen to.
How many tracks?
I think there's 12 tracks.
Oh, wow.
The first track on the album is called Taste. We've just started playing it on the radio. It is such a good song. It kind of talks about, it's directed at your ex's new girlfriend, or potentially in this case,
and I have heard this one. When I said we listened to it in the car, and my 10-year-old, it was I know you're back together, but you can taste me on them.
Exactly. Have a little listen to it.
Not age appropriate.
Absolutely not. So catchy, and I loved off the back of this. I probably shouldn't laugh at this, but Camila Cabello released an album, a few months ago, but it wasn't really it was called it's in the hyper pop genre. It didn't really land. We didn't really play any of it here. And someone said they're finding all these lyrics that she had already written about this situation. And someone said it's amazing that Sabrina had to release an album for people to then actually listen to Camila's and realise she'd actually told us the whole story earlier. Just not that many people had heard it.
Oh, no.
Which is a little bit of a shame. So Taste, great song. Very much alludes to the fact that he's gone back to an ex. Yeah, can you taste me on the lips? Some great lyrics there.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
She also dropped a video for Taste. Now, this stars Jenna Ortega, who you might know as Wednesday Addams in that most recent show. And they sort of are going back and forth. Great clip. Lots of murder. It's very gory. They're finding all these different ways to kill each other. She looks a lot like Camila Cabello. If you've ever put them side by side, if you were casting someone to play Camila Cabello in a movie, you'd probably cast Jenna Ortega. So I think it has been done intentionally.
Okay.
There's also a great song on the album. It is called Coincidence. Now, keep in mind that when we were chatting just before, we found out that Camila and Shawn are back together in Coachella. Coachella takes place in Palm Springs. Have a little listen to some lyrics here.
Your car drove itself from LA to her thighs. Palm Springs looks nice, but who's by your side? Damn it, she looks kinda like the girl you outgrew. At least that's what you said.
So Palm Springs looks nice, but who's by your side? She looks like the girl you outgrew.
Well, that's at least what you said.
So it's good. It's good. We're getting the story, which I absolutely love. There's a few other lines that are just throughout the whole... I mean, look, let's be honest. The whole album is about him, but I just picked out a few little moments.
About Shawn?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. There's a few little moments in there that I love. There's another song called Dumb and Poetic. There's a line in there about someone taking mushrooms. First, I want to play you something that Shawn said on tour. Have a little listen to this.
I was exploring. I was being 25 years old for the first time in my life, and I was exploring, and I feel like everyone should if they can. Yeah. And I might have done a little bit of mushrooms or something.
So the claim is he does mushrooms for his anxiety. That calms him down. As you might remember, he had to cancel his big world tour.
That's
Too
right.
much pressure. Has experimented a little bit, and then we get this line from Dumb. The song is called "Dumb and Poetic." You don't want a song written about you
No.
called "Dumb and Poetic." Have a little listen.
You're so empathetic, you'd make a great wife, and I promise the mushrooms aren't changing your life.
Very much calling out things we've now heard publicly. Like she would know that he's going around saying that.
Yeah.
So putting that in there very much makes that song about him.
And are you saying that they weren't even together for very long at all?
Well, it
so
doesn't
this was
seem
like,
it's a couple of months.
a whirlwind of a relationship, quite full on.
Yeah, and I think maybe we in the real world discount the fact that a few months, like it's a fling, like a couple of months relationship.
Yeah.
But if you're an artist and you can make bank out of a great song, that relationship can and should mean a lot to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, this is the other little bit of audio I want to play you. Now, this is a Jess Mack special on a reach here. Like, my arms are sore from reaching this far.
All right, okay.
But it's got to be done.
I'm going to go with you.
Okay, stay with me. Shawn released a song called Why, and there's a line in there. Have a little listen to this first, and then I'll talk you through it.
Thought I was about to be a father. Shook me to the core, I'm still a kid. Sometimes I still cry out for my mother. Why?
So thought he was about to be a father, shook him to his core.
Yeah.
So obviously, I don't know what has happened there in that scenario. We won't speculate too much, but it has
But
an
you
event.
are.
It hasn't.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Welcome to the podcast. It hasn't eventuated, obviously.
No.
But when I listened to the full Sabrina album, this song then caught my ear a little bit. Have a listen to the lyrics, and then I'll talk you through exactly why. You might actually get it because it's a movie reference.
I know you want my touch for life. If you love me right, then who knows? I might let you make me Juno. You know I just might let you lock me down tonight. One of me is cute, but too low. Give it to me, baby. You make me wanna make you fall in love.
Great song. It is called Juno, so you might have heard the lyrics. One of me is fine, but two, though, I want you to make me Juno. Have you seen the movie Juno?
No, I haven't.
Okay, the movie Juno. So this song references the movie 2007 movie of the same name. The protagonist is played by Elliot Page, who was pregnant. So it's a movie about being pregnant, and then sort of all her journey, she was a teen mum in that movie, but like about everyone coming together and like finding love and raising this baby and everything.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a bit of an odd coincidence that Shawn's gone from saying he might be a father or thought I was going to be a father, and then Sabrina releases a song on the album all about wanting to be pregnant. Too much of a stretch? Where are we at?
It's a hard one to comment on.
I know, isn't it?
But it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think some might argue that it makes more sense than other things you've said. I think you've stretched further before.
I could be on the money here, although you could go the other way and you could say that if she was potentially the mother-to-be, she would never ever talk about it, and putting this song in means it absolutely wasn't her. So I've given you two options on a platter.
Yeah, you've ticked all of the boxes, so you're right on every argument. This is great.
I know, lots of crossover, yeah. So I really recommend have a listen to Sabrina's album. It's so good. There's so many great songs.
Well, but maybe listen to it when you don't have your daughter in the car.
Yeah, there is a lyric in there which says, you and me would make, and then she says, come ride on me. And then she says, camaraderie. Like changes the lyrics. Yeah, there's just...
She's quite cheeky, isn't she?
She's laying it all out.
She
all
is.
out on the table.
Yeah.
But yeah, 8 out of 10 from me.
Oh, well, I will go back and have another listen and look at it through very different eyes or ears. Or
yeah.
what do you do?
Bit of
But
both.
this is the thing. I didn't know anything about this relationship up until now.
You're on the perfect pod then. EduKated. I need a little sting that says it.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.